need something to last and give satisfaction. No. Help me grab his right arm. Help me, I'll take the left. Oh, help me interrogate him. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? What can I be saying? I wanna catch the wave. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? What can I be saying? I wanna catch the wave. Hey, all this fake news.
It's good to be back in my office. The ALTIRANDO LITE from Supair. Feeling fairly upright, comfortable, secure, and simple, really. Limitations on this harness are the weight shift. You've got a little bit of weight shift that you can do, which is quite adequate for the more responsive gliders, but you'll definitely be kept in a very stable position, which is cool if you're starting and if you're in really rough air. But if you're wanting lots of fine control and big weight shift, this might be a bit too stable for you. It's also a little bit limited in your packing space, well, you know, storage space. I've got a little pocket here on this side. I'll show you. There's a little pocket in here. Very difficult to get to. Otherwise, you've got to put your stuff in your jacket. I've strapped my instrument on with a bit of Velcro on the chest strap. That works fine with this little light Skytrax. You can also put it on the riser if you want. But that's going to be a limitation as well. You've got nowhere for instruments, so you're going to have to find a solution for that. Usually, if you're doing hike and fly, you've only got a simple vario. So it shouldn't be a problem. I can feel what's going on with the air in the harness. It's transmitting enough information, so that's good. It's actually a good combination of being stable when you roll over too much, but still giving the feedback through. So it reminds me a little bit of the Delight 3 there. Probably more stable in the cornering than the Delight 3, but I'm getting all the information that I need, so that's fine. Fine for flying cross country and for flying higher performance gliders. I can still feel what's going on. Cool, let's go catch some thermals.
Among these taxpayers, there's no satisfaction, no. I said, help me, help myself, forgive me, down from the shelf, help me, dislocate. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? What can I be saying? I wanna catch the wave. Now how big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saying? I wanna catch the wave.
Cool. So I'm in the ALTIRANDO LITE. It's a light reversible harness. It follows the ALTIRANDO, which is about 3.6 kilos, I think. And this is 2.8 in this size. So it's quite light, but it actually looks very durable. I think the fabric at the back, the airbag, the material choice has been very wise. It's aimed, I would say, at pilots that would be flying like a low B to mid B glider. It's that kind of period where you're an intermediate pilot, you're doing lots of flying, you maybe want to travel, and you want your kit to be light and compact, so you don't have to carry too much up the hill, and good for getting on an airplane. It definitely reduces your volume quite a lot when you've got a reversible harness, but you usually do have a little bit of a compromise to make it a reversible system that works with a bag and a harness. A little bit of comfort on the carrying and the bag structure. You usually see that in a reversible, but they've done a very good job with this. The harness itself feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's been trimmed down too much. It doesn't feel lightweight. When I'm flying, the position's comfortable. I'll show you now. Launch and landing, fairly easy. You do have to wiggle a bit to get into it, but nothing extreme, just a bit of a lift your knees up and wiggle in. Landing, same, a little bit of an effort to sort of tip yourself forward and out, but otherwise pretty easy. I found the flying position to be very balanced and quite comfortable, quite upright. But let's get in the air and I'll show you a little bit more. So there, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure in my groin area as it's pulling, but not uncomfortable. And then wiggle your bum in a little bit like that. All right, so now I'm comfy. It's got a very good position. I'm fitting nicely into the harness. You do have to make sure, just lift your legs a little bit in the beginning just to fill up the airbag, because your feet are kind of covering your air intakes. You see, it's a very kind of, I don't know, upright, comfortable upright position. Feel like I'm sitting in a fairly firm chair, definitely not a cushioned chair. Fairly firm and upright, and it keeps you very level. You'll see the harness, if I go to there, my leg strap, this leg strap, is lifting, my legs going against that. So that's as far as I can weight shift. So you're not going to get huge weight shift input, but what it's good for is it's got a seat board, so you can actually, you don't need a lot of weight shift to get the glider to know which way you want it to go. So it's got that small range of weight shift, but then when you try and lean too far, it's just going to hold you back. Let's not go into the bushes. Yeah. Oh, you can set the position while you're flying. If you want to drop further back, I would first sit up to release that, and you can drop back a bit. If you want to sit more upright, pull that in there. It's easy enough to do. There's no adjustment on the leg. There's an adjustment across the chest strap, which you could use here. If you pull that right in, strangely enough, when it's pulled in like that, it feels a little bit more tippy. I was expecting the opposite, the opposite, the opposite. Okay, that was a thorn bush test. See, that's why you've got to make these things with durable fabrics, because if you just make a little mistake and you've got lightweight gear, you then scratch open your airbag and you've got no more back protection. I would combine this harness with a more agile glider, would be the best match. So you're not going to be able to drive the glider around on the harness too much. Silly me, I should have put my little Flybubble Brummel covers on. If you've got a stirrup, you'd be in this sort of position. that's fully reclined, and I think I want to be slightly up from fully reclined. Just a touch for me. There we go. Cool. Light and easy, durable and stable.
How big is your love? Tell me how high is your patience? What can I be saying? I wanna catch the wave. Now how big is your love? Tell me how
Hey,
high is your patience?
so just packed away my full kit into the ALTIRANDO LITE. Absolutely no problem with the standard weight, normal size glider, medium glider. I didn't have a stuff bag or any strapping or anything. I just folded my glider up, rolled it over, put it inside, and there's more than enough space. I've got space for more gear. So the volume is quite adequate for normal flying, and it seems pretty durable. I like the bag. I think it's very well made. Carries all right. It's not the most comfortable backpack, but it's adequate. It does hang a little bit down on the back here. Let me try and put the strapping on the front. There we go. Chest strapping, straps on the side. Pretty good. Pretty good.